This is day 27 of the Average Show podcast, making 30 podcasts in 30 days. This is going to be called Sunset Thoughts. Welcome. If you've been watching along, thank you. So I wanted to switch up the setting a bit. I feel like the last bit of episodes, actually perhaps a significant amount, have just been in my table upstairs. So I wanted to switch up the setting a bit. I love a good outdoor setting. I love a good sunset. I don't even know if the video here is actually doing it justice, but it's quite nice. The view from this backyard is pretty spectacular. But I'm just gonna, I don't know, talk about whatever. I don't really have a script. I just thought I'd start talking and see where we go. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you've been watching, if you've been a part of this little podcast experiment at all, and if you've been a guest, thank you so much for the conversations, for agreeing to be on, to doing something that may be uncomfortable. I know it's weird just talking into a microphone and knowing that people may listen to it and that it's out there on the internet. So pretty crazy concept. But yeah, I'm excited for 2026. There's going to be a lot of change in my life, a lot of things happening. It'll be a good year. I think it'll come with some challenges, but I think it'll be a very good year for me overall. I'm excited to see what happens. I like doing this in this format. I'm gonna try some new stuff on this channel. I still want to rebrand it away from just being a podcast to being more of an overall channel that also has a podcast on it. Of course, the first bit of this channel will always be the podcast, but I think it would be cool to push myself to try to make different videos, try different things, actually do some editing, maybe go for some cinematic video-ish shots. There's a lot of ideas in my head. I know there's a lot of different things I could try and do, but I definitely want to work towards that. And now that I have this camera that I'm shooting on now, absolutely gorgeous camera, the DJI Osmo 3, which I think I still have a lot to learn and do, but I think I can make some pretty cool videos with it, coupled with my phone and just other random shots I'm able to get. But yeah, I'm been enjoying this creative project I got going on. I think I have been moving pretty fast in December, and it's been a pretty busy month. So I think I want to focus on slowing down a little bit starting in 2026 and just more so making these videos when I want to make them on my time frame instead of trying to crank out 30 episodes in 30 days, which was undoubtedly a bold decision, but it's been fun, and I've definitely reached out to people more so than I probably would have had I not been doing this challenge, and it's just pushed me to do different stuff and try different things and sit and talk and get more comfortable just yapping about whatever. So as I say, I hope that at least some of these conversations or videos I have are useful or at least entertaining or just provide really any sort of value at all. And if they don't watch. Or find a video where it is interesting. So it's it's funny. Sometimes I get negative comments on clips or other things, and I don't know, it's just so bizarre to me how much time and energy people will take to write a comment. It's almost weird to me, but I guess I just don't do that myself. But yeah, it's like I feel like sometimes people don't want people to try new things or be creative or push themselves, but most people do. I guess it is a lot easier if you're just a stranger on the internet to write a mean or random comment, but the vast majority of feedback I've received has been positive and supportive, so I think sometimes the bad just stands out more than the positive. Perhaps always. Is that why? I've always thought that. I'm like, how often is the news about topics that are happy or good? I don't know the exact percentages, but if I had to guess, I'd imagine it's skewed significantly towards negative events rather than more positive or optimistic views. I did a video a few back about how I'm going to be reducing my social media usage. I think that's going to be very helpful too. I think I really am. I'm such an impatient person, and I have a lot of energy and I have a lot of feelings, and I think I need to get better at just slowing down a bit, not trying to do so much, not having so much going on, um, and just, enjoying some simpler things like sitting outside, enjoying a sunset. It is hard in the winter. I feel like, when it gets cold, and even though I'm in Tennessee, it can get pretty cold here, at least by our standards. I know there's places it's much colder, but when it's relatively cold here, it's much less motivating to go outside and do stuff. Whereas in the summer, it's longer days, you're in the sun, and I think the winter is just a weird time, and you almost have to be more cognizant of trying to do things that make you feel good or are productive. It's just harder. It's just hard. I don't know, when things are dark and cold, it just doesn't feel as good to do even simple things like go for a walk outside. But fortunately today, it was actually the weather was a bit nicer than it has been. It was sunny. I went for a long walk, and it felt really good. It felt good to just walk outside. And I think that's something, like, I like doing so many things. I like being busy. I have a lot of energy, but I think I do need to work on just slowing down, really, really prioritizing the things that matter to me. And I talk a lot on this podcast and just a lot in general about how relationships mean everything to me. So I can definitely improve in that area and other areas. So I want to be, a good person. I want to be the people in my life, they benefit from having a relationship with me and knowing me, and I want to support my friends and family and fiance. And there's a lot of stuff I can do better, and I think part of it does start with just simplifying my life a bit. Really, I think when I say that, a huge part of it is kind of getting rid of things that just don't matter as much. I mean, social media being the example I've been using, but what benefit do I get from just scrolling on Twitter or LinkedIn or Facebook? It's very, very little, and I think it takes away time, energy, and attention from the things that do matter to me and the people who matter to me. So I want to be better at being a bit more present for the people in my life, for myself, um, and just enjoying simple things, like instead of doing something on my phone or always having something going on, like maybe just sit down without my phone and drink a cup of coffee, or maybe just take things a little slower, just be a little slower, breathe. When I work out, I don't need to be checking out my phone. I don't know, it's hard because I feel like I know what I need to do, and then sometimes it's just hard to actually apply these things. And then there's just sometimes, like, it's busy and there's a lot going on, and it's hard to always feel like you're doing the best in every area of your life. But I guess the best I can do is just going off what I'm thinking about in real time. So I think starting to simplify things a bit. I feel like I just have too many things. I've too much digitally, physically, like attentionally. I need to simplify a bit. I don't know exactly what that's going to look like, but I am going to work towards that. Um, I'm just going to try to get, I don't know, just do a bit less of the things that don't really make a difference or matter, and try to give more space and room to focus on the things that really do matter. So I didn't know I was just going to be going on this little tangent when I started talking. But yeah, I don't know, there's a lot of good things that are just very simple, right? Like a good sunset, a good walk, a good workout, quality time with people you care about. Just it is so easy to be distracted, and I I don't know, I guess I like when I'm doing something focused, like I'm working, I want to be focused on that and I want to work hard. But if I'm supposed to be relaxing or just spending time with someone, I want to give my focus to that. I don't want to have just this weird in between where I feel like I should be productive, but I'm not being fully productive, and then that carries over. Like I guess another thing I could do, and I hate this because I feel like I'm being vague. Like I'm saying I need to simplify my life. I'm about to say I think I need to set better boundaries. And I'm saying these rather vague statements, and I don't exactly know practically how to apply them. But I think I need to work on figuring out how those ideas, simplifying my life, setting better boundaries for myself, how I can really apply those. And I just, sometimes I struggle, and I do want to be better, and I do want to be a better person, and I want to keep working on myself, and I want to keep trying things, and I keep questioning things. I wonder if this podcast of doing this is worth my time and energy and attention, but I'm going to see these 30 days through, and then I really do want to scale back and not be so aggressive and just focus more on making videos that I really want to make when I want to make them, not just feeling pressure like I need to make a quick video or put something out or talk about something random like unboxing my camera. I still think that was the most boring episode of this entire series. But yeah, I think I need to slow down a bit. I've been doing a lot, and sometimes I feel like I put myself in a position where I'm a bit scattered across different areas, across different projects, across life, and it makes it a little bit more difficult in everything, and that I feel like that just compounds. So being able to give more, I like these three words: time, energy, attention, to the things that I really care about, that I think matter, that matter to me, and moving away, simplifying, reducing, whatever I got to do to minimize me doing the stuff that doesn't matter, that takes away my time, energy, and focus from these things that really do. So I don't know. Did I just say New Year's resolutions, even though I've talked badly about New Year's resolutions in the past? I guess so, because this will perhaps align, because this 30-day challenge is ending starting in January. I mean, I might sneak peek, do a bonus episode for a day just so I could say I did an episode every day in December instead of just doing 30. Might as well do one on the 31st too, just reflecting on it. But yeah, I really do like the concept of this whole thing called Average Joe, just sitting, talking, reflecting. I like doing episodes like this. This has actually been kind of nice to just get out my thoughts and things that have been on my mind, and also in a cool setting, and look back, something to look back on, and how I was thinking in December 2025. It is wild how fast time, at least for me, has felt since graduating college too, because I felt like in college I had so much free time, and then working full time, it's just harder. Like it's more times given to work. You're tired at the end of the day a lot of the times. It's just more effort to schedule and do things and prioritize things than I feel like it was for me in college. So I'm going to keep working on simplifying my life, setting better boundaries, and trying to give my time, energy, attention to the things that really make a difference in my life, that really make me happy, and try to stay away from the rest. So these have been my thoughts. Again, thank you guys so much. If you listen to any of this, if you watch any of this, I mean, I really am selfishly making these for me to look back on, and just to improve my skills and be a bit more confident talking, expressing myself, knowing it's going to go on some sort of public forum. But I do appreciate everyone who's been a part of it and who wants to be a part of it. And I look forward to future great conversations. I mean, there's already people that I know I want to do a podcast with even after this challenge, because I know they have so many great thoughts, and it'll be such a good conversation. So there's a lot of exciting stuff going on. There's a lot of exciting stuff for me. I'm still going to keep working on not being such an average Joe, trying to be a little bit better of a Joe every day. But until then, this has been episode 27 of the Average Joe podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you for the next few episodes to close out this challenge.